So it says OK, starting up, blah blah blah, and here it is. So by default, this is what your interface looks like the first time you open it up. There we go. So I'm going to close this down. This thing has, overview, what's new, samples, tutorials, workbench, go to your workbench, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care. So I'm going to kind of shuffle things around a little bit to make this look a little more like Visual Studio. So to get started on that, first thing I wanted to point out was here's your little undo and redo buttons from the plugin, which is cool. And then we're going to go to File, Import, Preferences. We're going to hit Next. We're going to browse to where we downloaded those preference files, and there it is, Eclipse Indigo Keys. And that saves both the Java style preferences and the key preferences, and we're going to hit Finish. And now all of our preferences and styling have been imported. And then we're going to go to Window, Preferences, and then we're going to type Form, which is short for formatter, and we're going to go to this code style formatter, and let's pretend that this didn't exist before. This is the default. You get the Java conventions, Eclipse, and Eclipse 2.1, but these styles, I don't like them, so I'm going to say I want this to look a little bit more like C#. So I'm going to import, and then here's the code styles. Hit open, and there they are. That looks a little bit more like C#. You could edit this if you wanted to, and you go in here and you can see all the different styles, and you can customize exactly how this works: braces, white spaces, blank lines, new lines, control statements, and so forth. I spent a long time going through each one of these, and I think that this looks the best, but you can customize it however you want. Obviously, my name's Kevin, so I called it Kevin Profile. If you don't want Kevin Profile to show up, you can rename it and inside the file and re-import it or whatever, although I really doubt you're ever going to look at this screen again. Once you get it set, you're pretty much going to stay with it, so it don't matter too much. And the next thing we want to do is we want to edit the way that the colors look. So we got Java syntax coloring, and you'll notice that this is the default Java coloring and styles, and you've also got annotations, text editor annotations, and this is how the interface is going to look when you're in there and you're editing stuff. So let me show you an example of that real quick. So we're going to go to Windows, Preferences, and you'll notice that we don't have anything Android in here. So we need to install that. We'll go to Window, or no, excuse me, Help, Install New Software, and we're going to specify Android SDK, and we're going to give it this URL. In fact, I'm going to add that to the list of URLs out here. I'll put that right here. So you hit OK, and it says pending. It goes out there and it's looking for what you requested, and it says, hey, I've got this developer tools for Android, and I've got this NDK plugins for Android native development tools. Probably don't need this one. I've never seen this. It's a new feature. So we're going to say, give me the developer tools. And if you need this, you can go back and install it later. I'm going to hit Next. And it says, all right, these are the things that I'm going to download and install. And you say, all right, that's fine. I accept the agreement, and hit Finish. And then we're going to see more details on this. It says I'm installing, and this could take a little bit of time. Warning, you are installing software that contains unsigned content, blah, 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 whatever. We know it's saved, so we'll hit OK. It says, all right, I installed this stuff for you, but I need to restart. You say, all right, go ahead and restart, whatever. And there you go. So now you'll notice that it added a couple of things right here. You've got a shortcut to the SDK manager, and you've got a shortcut to the AVD manager, which is nice. And then you've got this runs Android lint, which I don't really need. So I'm going to go ahead and right-click, customize this. Under the toolbar visibility, you can specify which options are going to be visible. Menu visibility, you can specify which items are going to show up in the menus. And then you need to specify commands in here. Let's say you want to do this ant editor presentation. You have to check this to make it available, and then it will show up or not show up. So, and shortcuts. So I'm just going to mess around with the toolbar thing here real quick. These are all fine. I don't need that. Really don't need that. I've never needed to use it. Launch, I really don't need that one. Don't really need this, because if I'm going to be creating new JavaScript elements, I'll be doing it in the Solution Explorer, not through the bar. Search, don't really need these. I use shortcuts for those. My keyboard, here's the undo redo, which is cool. These I don't need. These, I don't know, maybe I'll use those. So you basically can customize your bar to look however you want, and I like it to be just what I need, which is that. And then I'm going to go in and create a new application, but it's going to be an Android application, which isn't showing up here. I actually would like it to show up here, so I'm going to change my options and say menu visibility under new. I actually do want to see Android application, because I'm going to be using that one the most. And the rest of these I probably don't need, because like I said, if I want one of these I can just right click and create, but I don't know, maybe I'll do Android activity and the XML file. Maybe I'll use those. And the rest of these are fine. I'll just leave it like that. So I go File, New, and now, hey, look at that, Android application. I'll do that.